Battlescene, we're back again, man. Morning vlog, you already know what time it is. Yo, check this out. As long as we're in this pandemic phase, and so when we see battles where it's basically mano a mano, one-on-one, you barely hear reactions, you may not want to put anybody up against Daylyt. Shouts out to, like, it's so funny how battle rap works. You know what I mean? Like, so many people were clowning Daylyt, and then like he wigs and spazzes out. What I'm saying is, again, he did nothing new. That's the standard Daylyt. Like, I'm not playing, I'm coming in here to take somebody's head off. He'll play around. Sometimes Daylyt gets bored. He's playing around and doing antics, but when he gets serious, I mean, he does that. It's nothing new. And so many people counted him out. Anyway, that's not even my point. As long as it's gonna be this caffeine kind of small set pandemic environment, one-on-one, no crowd, like you may not want to put anybody up against him. Who's gonna beat him? Who's gonna beat him? Lux? I don't know, Adam. Does Loaded Lux have a pen like Daylyt? I want to pose the question. You know what? Before I do the who will probably win and why, let's just do a tell of the tape. And let's just start with, I don't think we're dealing with any performance issues here. Loaded Lux, Daylyt, they both are great performers. They both come in with 3 rounds. They don't choke a lot. Let me say that, because I know you're going to say, well, Loaded Lux choked against Calico. No, when they're focused, when they come in to do a job, they give you 3 rounds of material. So what is it going to come down to? Angles and bars. Did you peep how Tay Roc had the angles on Daylyt, but Daylyt's pen just put him on a magic carpet ride? It didn't even matter. It did not matter. Daylight's pen is so fire that, like, even if you got a good angle on him, it's not enough. It's almost like you have to match his pen. I mean, what are you going to say? Tay Roc aired out a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, you want to screw Diddy. I mean, it's a lot of things you could say about Daylyt. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Loaded Lux is great with angles too. I feel, yeah, he is. There's no question about it. But I just don't feel like Daylyt can come in with an angle and still have an incredible pen. I mean, the guy is gifted when it comes to writing. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? And I just don't feel like Loaded Lux can, not in this mano a mano pandemic kind of setting, caffeine. Now, maybe if you put him on the rooftop with a crowd circled around him, then maybe that can change the game. But I just don't, like, in this quiet space, quiet environment, I don't see anybody beating Daylyt. I don't. And I mean, honestly, I'm sorry, K-Shine. You're going to be another Tay Roc. You're going to be another Tay Roc. It's going to be a good battle because you're that dude, K-Shine. What you going to do with that kind of pen? That kind of performance? It's next level. Shouts out to all my fans that counted Daylyt out. If you looked at our blog, where we talked about the blogosphere counting Daylyt out, you know what I mean? If you looked at that video and you're looking at this one, please subscribe. Trying to put you on something. Please subscribe. We saw this coming. Everyone count Daylyt out. No, he's not coming to play with Tay Roc. He's going to leave Earth, and he did. Who's going to be Daylyt, especially in this kind of setting? No huge crowd reactions. Who's going to be Daylyt? All you're hoping for is that the opponent has that like best performance of my life. That's all. I mean, so it ends up being a good battle. Kind of like shouts out to Tay Roc. It ends up being a good battle. You know what I mean? And I just think what Daylyt did, and this could be good for battle rap, I think he catapulted Tay Roc to a whole different level. Expect to see a deadlier Tay Roc now. Daylyt has the capability to raise the bar for all the guys that are out there, all the quote top tiers. Sue Surf, dude, you with Daylyt hanging out in the top tier now, you like mid-tier. You're mid-tier, bro. Like after what Tay Roc just went through with Daylyt, the way Tay Roc was able to stand in there, Tay Roc versus Sue Surf, you getting 30 by Tay Roc. 30. So, I mean, Daylyt is definitely going to raise the bar. I'm just saying, who's going to beat him, guys? I think it's a whole different, like, Irving Plaza, you know what I'm saying? Don Juan DeMarco there and huge crowd reactions. Then, yeah, I feel like, okay, that could shift it. You know what I mean? But just small room, you can hear a pin drop, no crowd reactions. Who's going to beat Daylyt? I mean, leave some comments, let me know what's going on, man. Be careful, Smack URL, because you don't want to, like, I don't know. I think it's okay, though, man. As long as the opponent, like, really gives one of their best performances, I think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying who is going to beat Daylyt. And that is just, that's a standard Daylyt. That is not like Daylyt that left Earth. That is Daylyt. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to tell fans. Y'all like, oh my goodness, this guy's so amazing. No, that's Daylyt when he's like, I'm gonna take your head off. That's what he does. That's what he does. And if you don't step your game up when you go against him, you'll get bodied. You'll get bodied. I think if Tay Roc came in, if Tay Roc did elevate his pin game, it might have been a body. But Tay Roc knew, and he said it in the interview, like, he saw what he did with Mike P with the Street Fighter scheme, and he liked that, and he was like, I gotta make sure that I kind of elevate my game, because that what he did with that Street Fighter scheme with Mike P was like, that was dangerous. And I know if he comes like that all 3 rounds, you know what I mean, that he could hurt me bad. And Tay Roc, smart guy. So anyway, who beats Daylyt? Does Loaded Lux beat Daylyt on a caffeine set? Think about it. Let me know something. Who beats Daylyt on a caffeine set? John and Don? You gotta keep in mind, like, Daylight's battled he's battled Ill Will, he's battled Cortez, he's battled Iron Solomon. Like, he's not that dude to play with, yo. But who's gonna beat him in this kind of environment? I'm asking the question so much because I don't think anybody can beat him in that kind of small room setting. I just don't. Even Lux, hate to say it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'll revisit that. I'm doing a whole post on Lux versus Daylyt. I'm gonna do my research and make sure that one is like fully comprehensive. I'll get the battle rap expert on, and we'll talk about Loaded Lux versus Daylyt, because it's looking like it might go down. It might go down. So we need to talk about that now, because again, we like to be the forerunners of the blogosphere. You know what I mean? And yeah, we know that the blogosphere is watching us. We can tell. It's all good. We watch y'all too, man. Oplex, Battlescene, we out.